Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Sunday, March 30th. We are winding down the month, and I am super excited to welcome you all to our Sunday night leadership call. My name is Miriam Kareem, and welcome. Um, Quick trip to the newbie corner. So a lot of you know, as you've been listening, I have went on a trip this past week to visit family. For actually it was for my nephew's wedding. He was like one of those that we didn't think was going to ever get married, but he did. And we were so excited for him. And at the wedding, everybody's complimenting me on how I look, how I'm thinner. They just, oh, I can't believe you've lost all this weight. Um, and so one person, I noticed she was a little struggling um, with pain, just super pain. Can't move, needs a cane and so forth. So I had a small bottle, not a bottle, but like a little small spray bottle, that little small 1 ounce spray bottle that I had of magnesium oil. And I told her, I said, here, take this, wherever you're having pain, just spray it on. And it wasn't even the pain one, it was the one with the blue label, the plain magnesium spray. So she messages me the next day. And she said, well, I tested out the spray on my leg and the pain has lessened. And, of course, she wanted the link and everything, but it's super, super important that I'm learning. And it's just strengthens my belief on being a product of the product. People are not going to know, you're not going to know what to tell people, what to use from your experience if you haven't experienced it. Another friend messaged me today, actually. She said, okay, I've been trying to lose weight. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I've got a call set up for her to talk with her, to speak with her, just to kind of walk her through, hopefully just tell her what I did, and hopefully it resonates with her and she'll want to, try the products as well. So be a product of the product. You never know when you're going to need that knowledge of information and your experience with using the product. So that's my tip from the newbie corner. And now I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple 7-figure earner in the network marketing world and a 7-figure earner in Green Organics with the Green Organics companies, and our first 100,000 6-figure earner with Goldesana. So Coach Will Zanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, I am here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. I'm gonna do a headset regardless, but no, thank you so much for the kind introduction. And thank you always for the newbie corner. It's becoming one of my favorite things ever. We were in Atlanta yesterday for an absolutely amazing meeting. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But one of the things I said was how your environment, everybody's environment helps create a new or different version of themselves. And ever since you've been working with Coach Sonic, you have just blossomed into one of the most amazing public speakers. So we excited to see you training in Nashville. Super, super excited about that. And whatever it is you're doing, just keep doing that because it is working great and you are impacting a lot of people, especially our new members who always have great things to say about the information you provide. It's always something like, oh, I thought I was the only one, or I thought that only happened to me, or I thought I only felt like that, or no. So keep doing what you're doing. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, so keep that going. Atlanta was a great time for absolutely everybody. Happy birthday to Kenya. Kenya was the birthday girl yesterday and took time out of her birthday to still host an opportunity meeting / training. And Corey, Richard, Cree, Larice, Charlotte, Yana, who I apologize to Yana. I've been calling her the wrong name for going on 4 years now. It's Yana. That's how it's pronounced. We got to hear from everybody yesterday, and some people who really don't speak a lot. We got a chance to hear them because Miss Charlotte had to come up and say a few words, and that was great. And Derek and Lynette always took care of everybody there, and Nakia and Coach Sonic as well turned it up. I came in on Coach Sonic's portion, and it was amazing as always. So I just want to thank everybody who had part to do with that. Thank everybody who came up, and anybody who couldn't make it, who could have made it. Some people couldn't make it, but the people who could have made it but didn't make it, y'all missed out. And I'm glad that we don't record those Atlanta meetings or stream them because for that local group, I think it's going to be something very special. So what we're going to do today, we're just going to open up this particular meeting in prayer. So if you want to close your eyes and bow your heads and turn your screens off, you can. But Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and the prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Father God, we raise up the giant inside every man and woman under the sound of my voice. Please stir up the boldness in us all in these teams, everybody, to speak like lions and work like warriors and love people as you commanded us to. May we all walk in divine rhythm and undeniable results. And let this year, let this week be a turning point. Let everybody here who on here team, let their teams become a movement, and let every rep, every one of our team members, our Green Organics family, let them rise up with fire and vision, fire in their bones and vision in their eyes, in the name of the one who multiplies little into legacy, your son, Jesus Christ. Amen. So thank you, Father. We appreciate you so much. And I thank everybody for tuning in. Let's get to work. I tell you, one of the things I want to share with you as a bonus for being on here live, all the stuff we have with the duplication training that we did, all of those are on video. All of them have been posted. Super, super great. So we're not going to go review any of that on this particular Zoom, because the recordings are all there for you. What did Coach say yesterday? Oh yeah, everything works better when you implement it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the page out to the Sonic Playbook. Everything works better when you implement it. So if you watch those recordings and take one or two things that work for you and implement it, this year can be great for you, okay? What we are gonna talk about, we got less than 10 tickets left for Nashville. If you don't already have your Nashville ticket, please get it. You can get it on Zelle or PayPal. Do not use Cash App. Cash App sent me an email or something saying, hey, you need to change this to a business account. I'm like, I already got to pay taxes on all of this. People don't even understand collecting money is not fun. I got to pay taxes or write all this stuff off, but I got to pay taxes on all this stuff. And that's more paperwork in this tax season. I don't want to do all that, but they want me to turn the account into a business account. I don't even want to do all that. I got enough paperwork to deal with, so I'm over it with Cash App, Zelle or PayPal. And we got, I think, 9 tickets left for in-person tickets. So please get those if you want, so we can have an accurate head count. There will be no more in-person tickets available after this week, period. All right. So what are we all going to talk about tonight? And thank you, Coach Marcus, for putting this Zoom together, and Miriam as well. I just got carried away bragging on Miriam, but Coach Marcus, come on, man. We wouldn't be doing these if not for you. We would not be with the company if not for you. So thank you for saying yes. So I found clean out the storage unit. MJ been on me. She's been on me for like a minute. Babe, you got to clean out the storage unit because this, that, or a third. And people don't need storage units after you move. We moved like, I don't know how long ago. So it was time to clean it out. And I stumbled across these 2 books. Now, most of the books and the things that I've written, my notes, my calendar, all that kind of stuff, I lost in, excuse me, it wasn't Hurricane Katrina. It was after that. It was a flood in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. I don't know how many years ago, but I was doing network marketing and I wrote down so many notes and books in every event and trainings and everything else. And I found these. And so I'm just going to give y'all one of the trainings that I took the notes from out of these books. These books are books, they're all full of notes and trainings that I've done, some I've never done, but these books are worth millions and millions of dollars to anyone who wants to build a network marketing business. That being said, I'm gonna give y'all one of the trainings that I wrote that's out of, it was out of this one, out of this book that I put together. I just took the notes, took a picture of them, went to, okay, here's a cool thing. If you write kind of messy like me, it's okay. You can take a picture of notes that you have. You can literally, I did not know this. I'm not a technically, logically savvy person yet, but I'm getting there. You can hold down on your phone screen and like highlight it and copy it and then paste it. And it's going to paste. Yeah, I know, copy and paste. I sound like a 6-year-old. It's a big deal for me, this copy and paste thing. And you can paste the notes from your handwriting, I did not know this, into an email, and it looks neat and you can read it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually read this. So that happened. So yeah, so copy and paste is responsible for y'all getting this training we getting now. And it's not about business, this particular training. It's really about becoming just an industry giant, honestly. And we're going to talk about that because it's a process. And the way I did this training, it was done in like sections, right? So section one, God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. This is a very common thing we hear a lot, but I need you to really understand that it's part one in this particular training. God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. They were giving me the blues yesterday about how long my calls go. So we're back on the hourglass. This call's gonna be over on time. Moses stuttered, David was wilding, Gideon was a scaredy cat, but God raised each of them to lead armies and deliver nations, right? You're not here by mistake. You're not with Green Organics by mistake. You're chosen literally for this particular moment in time to accomplish something great, despite how flawed you may feel or anything like that. It says in First Corinthians that God chose the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Like people will see you and be like, how on earth? I got 3 degrees and this, that, or a third, and they a multi-million-dollar earner in this little scam thing. They just gonna be confounded when they see your progress and your results. So you got to stop thinking that you're just a rep. Okay, you are quite literally an ambassador of your mission in disguise. Like you're not, Joe, I'm a rep. No, you're not just a rep. You are literally an ambassador of your mission. Whatever it is God put you here to do, it works because you can make enough income to have the freedom to go do the thing that you're really passionate about. You got to really take that in. It's not just, oh, I'm working this network marketing business. No, you're building a business with a reason. You got your top 20 reasons why? I hope so. But on top of that, you have to also understand that when you get free, because $1 million is just a number. When you hit 1 million, you're going to want 2. I'm just telling you personally, you're going to want 2 or 3. I'm telling you. It gives you the freedom. It's a tool. If you're in a locked room and they got a lock on the door and you got a crowbar and you can pry the lock off and get free because you have a crowbar, understand the crowbar is a tool. The income that you make, and I'm not disrespecting my people who say, oh, I'm just here for the product, so I won't make no money. Cool. I'm talking to other people. When you make that amount, any amount of income, you can tithe, you can offer, you can bless people, you can hook people up, you can hook yourself up. But the money, your commissions, is a crowbar. It is a tool you use to get to where you're supposed to go. You don't stop. You can stop building your business once it becomes 100% residual if you want. But it's a tool so that you can get free from your job or anything else, limitations, so you can do whatever it is that you are truly passionate about, whatever that is, okay? So don't recruit from a place of need, recruit from a place of destiny. That's good. I wrote that down. Here's some good notes, man. All right, so the question is, especially when you're recruiting, who are you overlooking that God may have chosen? Sometimes it's a waiter at a restaurant, it's a cashier at a store, it's the person working at the Publix down the road. Sometimes there's something in them and they need you to talk to them to get them involved in this business, not just for the product. Product is top tier. We need these products, but because the personal development and growth, it's going just being around you and you bringing them around the team, it's going to unlock something in them that's going to impact thousands, maybe millions of people over time. All right. So just understand that part one, you are not just a rep. God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things all the time. All right. Number 2, becoming a top earner, becoming a great network marketer means enduring the growing pains. It's like giving birth. I've never given birth to a baby, but I know we got a lot of moms on the call. It's enduring the growing pains. It's what it is. Before David fought Goliath publicly, he fought lions and bears privately. Let that sink in. Goliath was not a tough fight at all. Before David fought Goliath publicly, he fought lions and bears privately. Every top earner you admire or aspire to be like or want to work with or whatever, we all went through silent seasons of a bunch of bull. Everybody. So if right now you're in a season, a silent season where you are going through it, however you want to call it, guess what? Welcome to the family. we've all been through it. Okay, so just understand that you're in training right now. The same pressure you're under is the same pressure that forges weapons. It's a pressure, heat, uncomfortable, tight spot. It's that stuff. All right. And here's the crazy part. This is just the way God works. God will never promote a person beyond the level of their character. When you see these celebrities take terrible falls off the wagon, and they did a bunch of stuff like, oh, I know so-and-so was doing that for the last 20 years, these celebrities, God didn't promote them, no way. That was not a God promotion. God does not promote people beyond a level of their character. So just understand that. Okay. So embrace the no's. All right. That's not rejection. That is refinement. All right. And here's the best part. A lot of the stuff in these notes, especially this book here, this particular one is stuff I went through. Like, oh man, I can't, like journaling. Like, oh man, I can't believe this. Will, you looking back on this, you'll never guess this would happen. Track the battles that you've overcome. All right. A lot of that book is my leadership resume. All right. We had a little thing we had to discuss yesterday and get some leadership stuff handled in Georgia and poof, not even an issue. You know what I'm saying? Minor stuff. But the point is, I've already had to handle that stuff, been through it before myself, helped other people through it. So you know how to handle it. The hardships, the no's, the rejections, the dark days, the team, the beef, the drama, everything. Put that in there, not so you can dwell on it, write it, get it out of your system. That is your leadership resume. Okay. Track the battles that you've overcome. All right. When you go to write, you're going through you're not shrinking, you're stretching. When you go back and look, because you're going to journal, man, I had the roughest day today or the roughest week, just big stuff, right? You'll look back and see the previous 20 pages of stuff that you already overcame. You'll feel better. Just think, oh man, yeah, I'd have made it out of way tougher stuff than that. Okay. Section 3, you have to speak yourself into existence. You have to speak yourself. You don't have to do nothing. I politely recommend under number 3 that you speak yourself into existence. Top earners to a certain capacity, the top earners that you are and that you're becoming, they don't respond to fear. We don't respond to fear. We don't respond to threats. We respond to none of that. Not in the way people want us to. They're going to respond to vision. Okay, we respond to vision. I don't want you to be all this type of stuff. I had a great talk, Coach Sonic, about it. We respond to vision. We respond to vision. You shape your future with your words, and the things you're speaking about need to be your vision. All right, period. Your tongue, who is this? Somebody was telling me that MJ was telling me, one of her friends that does 3D printing. Again, I'm getting more technically savvy as the year goes on. I think I'm almost ready to set up my first Zoom just to prove I can do it. But here's the point. Your tongue is like a 3D printer. Those are a thing now. There's a machine that you put stuff in it. I don't like stuff, I guess. And it literally makes something that you want it to make. I don't know how it works, but your tongue is the same way. With the 3D printer, you put, I don't know what you put something in it, I guess some material or something, and then it makes something, and it's a process and you can watch it happening. It's the same thing with your tongue. When you speak stuff, good, bad, ugly, in between, things are going to start to take form. The lucky thing about a 3D printer is you can see it happening. When you speak the stuff, you can't see it happening a lot of times. And that's why people don't think that it works. It 100% works. So you have to train yourself and your team in language shifts, in diverse tongues. You have to speak differently. I'm building leaders. It's not I'm trying to hit a rank. No, I'm building leaders. Okay, it's not I'm trying to hit a rank. I'm building leaders. All right. Oh, I'm struggling to make it. I'm going through it. I'm developing a dynasty. Every dynastic period ever had a war first. You don't get a dynasty unless you want a war. Think about that. You don't get a dynasty until you win a war. That is a fight, a big one. Dream, fight, win. That's the motto. Coach Marcus says it all the time. All right. So it's not that you're struggling to make it. I'm developing a dynasty. You just happen to be in the war part, which is totally fine because it's great when you get out of it. I mean, at the end of the day, if you saw you how God sees you, you'd never doubt you again. If you see you how God sees you, you would never doubt you yourself. You never doubt yourself ever again. All right. Just it is what it is. All right. You got to start speaking that type of thing. Okay. Section 4. You're going to raise a top earner. If you are going to build leaders, if you're going to build a top earner, you must first be one. Okay. And I don't mean top earner like the commission level. I mean here. Okay. I don't want you to say, oh man, I got to make 100 grand before I help other people make 100 grand. I don't want you to think about it that way. It'll happen that way. I don't want you to think about it that way. Okay. Why? Because the team is not going to follow what you say. They're like children. Your team is like your children. They grown children, but they your kids. The team doesn't really follow what you say. They're going to follow what you do. They're going to follow what you embody, your posture, your consistency, your faith. Okay. So if you're going to raise up top earners and build leaders, you got to become a leader. You got to become a builder. If you're going to raise up big builders, you got to be a big builder. If you're going to raise up top earners, you have to be a top earner, but it all happens here first. You're going to be a top earner here before you're ever a top earner here. We could wrap the call there, and that's enough, okay? You're going to be a top earner here and here before you're ever a top earner here, okay? That's the process. Head, heart, hand. That is the actual order of things, okay? Head, heart, hand. Got to think about it. Oh, yeah, that's something I really want to do. You're going to think about it so much and start to acquire information about it so much, it's going to get up in here. Once it gets up in here, it'll show up here. The true wealth is not the wallet; it's of the mind and the heart. I think Pharrell said that, and I believe it. Okay, so the point is, number 4, you got to be that. Now, here's something one of my mentors taught me. I don't even know if he's still alive. I need to check on him, but I loved it. All right, and I wrote this down. This is what he said at a seminar, at a workshop that he used to call his boot camp workshops. Leadership is caught, not taught. I had never heard that before, but I really liked it because we're all into teaching leadership and things like that. And to some degree, sure, it's taught. Leadership is caught, not taught. And what that means is you can't teach fire. You have to literally burn something. You can't, it's hard to describe fire to someone who's never seen it or experienced it. You see what I'm saying? Leadership is really that type of thing where you got to do it for people to really get it. And really big business builders, you got to start your day with power, not panic. I do this thing when I wake up in the morning or at the crack of noon or whenever whenever I'm tired, whenever I'm done sleeping, I don't pick up my phone for at least 60 seconds, maybe longer. Okay. Might be minutes. I'll leave it. Why? Because when I wake up, or you wake up, you're in a theta wave brain state. You just come out of delta wave brain state. You're in theta wave, then you're going to be in alpha wave for 2 seconds, then you're in beta wave brain state. You can't manifest nothing there. But as you wake up, you're in theta wave brain state. That's the best time to mentally plan your day about all positive stuff. That's a very hypnotic phase that you're in. People who wake up and go straight to the phone or go straight to that's a problem. Well, I got to get up for work. That's on you. Wake up earlier, okay? If I got to set the alarm and the alarm wakes you up, that's cool. Hit the alarm, but don't get on the phone yet. Really think about how you want your day to go. You just want it to be great. I'm telling you. All right. Another thing about before we move to point number 5, big builders, they don't hope, they execute. Man, I really hope this go. You're going to do stuff to make it happen. Okay. Because you're walking in this type of divine confidence. Miriam was at the wedding and people are asking her about herself and the business and the products and everything else. She getting much attention as the people get married. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta walk in a divine confidence. All right. It is easier when you look good because you're taking your health seriously. You can't deny that. But walking in that divine confidence is partially physical, but it's really mental. Okay. The huge part of it is mental and spiritual. And here's another thing. It's one of my favorite things about that before we move on to section 5 is that big builders, top earners, and people like that, okay, are going to call out greatness in others. We are going to edify people. We are going to call out greatness in others. One of the things I loved yesterday was to watch Miss Charlotte bring some of her team up, some of her team members there, and to really edify them, speak life and greatness over them. But then they got to speak as well. And we got to hear some words from them. But you got to really call out greatness in others. It's easy for us to call out negativity in others. It's easy for us to call out people when they make a mistake. Look, Miriam said in her out, Miriam, stop. Miriam said in her outfit was fly. Miriam, I have never seen, has anybody ever seen Miriam in anything other than the traditional Muslim attire that she wears? I have never seen Miriam in an outfit ever. I mean, outside of that. And I'm sure it has a name. Was it one that like what you normally wear, but different? Like we got questions now. Miriam, we got questions. I done met Miriam 20,000 times. Miriam, we have questions. So whatever that is, Miriam, describe us the outfit in the chat. We want to know. We will or unmute and just start talking about it. Whatever you got to do, but we need those answers, ma'am. And now we'll move on to section 5 while Miriam describes her outfit. Miriam, unmute or just type it out, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'll just unmute because I'm cracking up.
Unmute.
So it was okay. It was black, but it
Mm.
had a lot of gold beads and stuff all over it. People kept asking me, "Where'd you get that from?" And I was like, "I got it off eBay." I mean, I just happened to see it and I liked it. But it was from Dubai. But I mean, some people sell stuff like that. But this one person just kept was, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, "I just told you." But it was really pretty. It had gold and like kind of brown sparkly beads all over. It was really pretty.
Okay, love it. Love to, yeah, because I've never seen anything other than the modest, respectable attire. I'm blown away. So all right, that's what we got to do. Some of y'all got to go get married and have a wedding so we see and invite Miriam and us so we can see Miriam stepping out. That's awesome. I love it. I'm glad you had a great time. That's great. All right, section 5, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna have to operate with a blueprint. Blueprints make everything easier, and the systems and things like that are going to be a blueprint typically. And there's so many different ones out there. There's no one way to do a business the right way. But here's the thing: when Noah was building the ark, he had a blueprint. When Moses was building the tabernacle, there's an instructions about how to do it, what to use, and things like that. So duplication is not mystical. We're talking about spiritual patriarchs, but the creation and the duplication and creation of these things was not a mystical thing. It was mechanical. It was tools and labor. Okay, so just understand that. Duplication and network marketing is similar. It's not mystical. It's not magical. It's mechanical. Okay, God works through instructions and systems. That is what the whole duplication training we did last week was really about. It's a system and it's very organized. Now, you don't have to use that system. You can input any kind you want, but it works better when there's instructions and rules about how to do it and what to do. It just makes sense, okay? Because hope is not a marketing plan. Hope is the most dangerous drug on earth. We call it hopium. A lot of people is on that hopium. They just hope that network marketing is going to work for them. They hope their team going to grow. They hope the people going to come to the meeting and hope the people going to watch the video. They hope the Facebook posts go viral. There are rules to all of this stuff. And so hope and hopium is a dangerous drug, okay? Hope is not a marketing plan. You are a network marketer, not a network hoper. Systems scale, duplication scales, rules scale, products scale, emotions don't scale. Okay? If it's something, this is something Big Al said. If it can't duplicate in Thailand, the Bronx, and in your grandmother's kitchen, it's too complicated. That's from Big Al. I ain't write that. It's cool, ain't it? I ain't write that. I mean, I wrote it, but he said it. If it can't duplicate in Thailand, in the Bronx, or in your grandmother's kitchen, it is too complicated. So look at how you're building a business and look at the things you're doing. And you know, some of y'all, I'm talking directly to some of y'all. If the stuff you doing it ain't nobody about to start duplicating that. It's too much. You might do it because you want to make income. You may do it because it'll get you a rank. You may do it, and the stuff could be awesome, whatever it is. If it doesn't duplicate in Thailand, in the Bronx, or in your grandmother's kitchen, it's too complicated for duplication. And duplication is where the network marketing money has always been and always will be. It's multi-level. Y'all sometimes be doing stuff on one big level, not all the other levels where it matters at, okay? So duplication is going to work when you do post, whatever that is, inbox, follow up, close, onboard people, invite to events, whatever it is, and how you do it is up to you and your coach and your upline. And that's awesome. But it has to duplicate. Like at some point, you got to slow down and go, all right, wait a minute. I'm doing some amazing stuff. I mean, rock on. But the people I'm sponsored are doing almost nothing. Why am I sponsoring all these people and they're doing nothing? If they're doing nothing and not making money, if they're not making money, they're going to quit, and they should. Okay, they should. If not making money at some point, they should quit, right? Or just use the products, figure it out, or do something different. It's not because they're not great prospects and you're not a great recruiter, and this for everybody. It's because you haven't slowed down to look at the things that you're doing and say, you know what? This does not duplicate. And the funny thing about your team is this. They'll duplicate like 80% of the bad stuff you do and the bad habits. They'll duplicate all that. But the good stuff, maybe 20%. But that's enough, okay? So systems don't just help people win. Systems and duplication keep people from quitting. And top earners and real big builders and people who help other people make income, we don't freelance. We don't freestyle nothing, okay? We are following blueprints. Some of it's a script, some of it's this. We follow blueprints, all right? Number 6, okay? Build a community, not a sales team. This is one of, when I look back on this is one of my biggest secrets to being great, and I want you to really embrace it. You build a community, not a sales team. That is shucks, okay? MLM is really like, all right, from a culture standpoint, hitting ranks are awesome. We love hitting ranks. We like hitting ranks. We celebrate ranks and commissions, everything else. But way more than that, that's like 20%. Way more than that is about building like a tribe, like a family, like a community. And that's how you change people's DNA, I mean, their bloodline legacy long term, okay? You build a community. You're not selling vitamins, okay? You're transferring vision of what could be and the steps to get there, okay? You're creating community commerce way more than you're selling, you know, what is this? High vibe. Okay. You're more than you're selling soursop, you're creating a culture and a community, and that's where the commerce will come from. Create culture, community, the commerce will show up. A bunch of C's. I should have probably wrote that down different. All right. So people don't buy opportunity, they buy belonging. And if you're being honest with yourself, especially if you're still relatively early in the game and getting it figured out, people are buying opportunity up front. They're buying every month. They get products. It's really belonging. Our team is one of the most inclusive, most diverse, most fun, most helpful, smartest, best looking teams I've ever seen in any company in network marketing history ever. And all that's because of y'all. You see what I'm saying? So you got to really understand the value that you as an individual bring to the table, and do more of that. So a lot of times it's speak in we, not me. I saw, who was this? I don't remember this person's name, but if I did, I would call them out. I don't remember the name. And they said, somebody was talking to somebody who was on the team, and they was like, oh, I haven't been really building because my sponsor reached out and said something about they hadn't talked to him in forever, weeks or months or something like that. But the sponsor reached out not to check on them to see how they was doing. They checked on them and literally said, I wasn't there. I'm hearing this third hand, so it might not happen like this, but this is the way the story was told to me. And I just don't remember who the person was because I love getting the real story, right? But I could see this happening in network marketing for sure. I could totally see this happening. The sponsor reaches out to the person who hadn't heard from in weeks, haven't plugged in. I didn't even know the person's name, so never been on the calls, never been to an event. And they reach out to him not to check on him, not to see how they was doing. They said, hey, I'm trying to hit another rank, or I'm trying to hit a rank. I need you to go ahead and get active and make an order. That person not only didn't do it, quit immediately. Okay, so just know it's not a we thing so much as this not a me thing so much as this a we thing. And it's downline, yeah, but you often hear myself and Coach Marcus and others mention it, and it is a success team, or upline is a support team, or things of that nature. So And for people who are really trying to get there, understand that every person that you help win, it changes the future for them and their family. Every person you help win either increase their health to the point where they're not on 30 prescription drugs no more, and they're healthy now, they'll live longer, they got better quality of life with their family, their spouse. You just changed the whole life. You just changed an entire life. Okay. Every person you help win and you help them get X amount of dollars that they need to pay off debt or change their credit or get this, a safer, better house in a better neighborhood or whatever, you just changed the lives of not just them, but the people that their children have. When you do network, when Coach Marcus and his upline and his sponsors over the years helped him make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he's able to, his daughter can go to, Ryan can go to the school that she want to go to, and they ain't got to worry about filling out no financial aid paperwork. Here's the check, go ahead. When she, and if she ever decides to go start her own family on her own and everything, the quality of life she has is directly related to the work that Coach Marcus has done. The work that Coach Marcus has done is a huge reflection of his mentors before them and their mentors before them. So your people are affecting generations of people, and it's really about the community. All right, let's move on. Section 7. I'm on time. Section 7, okay? Your belief or your faith will attract the right people, okay? You don't attract what you want, you attract what you broadcast. You don't really attract what you want so much as you attract what you put out there, okay? In this business, and this is some metaphysical stuff. Let me just shift gears for you to get this point. If you've been on our trainings for a couple of years, you understand frequency and vibration and stuff. If not, stick around, we'll teach you. In business, you are not just prospecting, you're vibrating. Okay, every cell in your body is vibrating forever. If your cells, which create your skin, your heart, your lungs, your hair, everything, if your cells weren't vibrating, you'd be dead. Okay, so number 7, your faith, let me say, your frequency attracts the right people. All right, your faith and frequency are right there. Okay, you're not just prospecting, you're vibrating. You're giving off an energy of sorts. Your energy, your tone, put it this way, even your posts. We talked about this at length because I see so many people doing social media the wrong way. It's so bad. Of course, you got 5 likes and 3, 4 of them are from the team. Because some people are, it's like y'all didn't even watch the recordings. It's like you don't even attend the trainings. Oh, God. People can feel your posture through a Facebook post. People can feel your posture through a Facebook reel. Especially when it's about business or products or anything like that, especially. They can feel if you're sold out or if you're just showing up. They can feel it. They don't even know that they can feel it. They can feel it. And a lot of times that's when they don't fool with you. They know you're not, you get an opportunity for mentorship, half y'all is like, nah. You get an opportunity for an accountability group, you like, nah, I'm good. But you're not. Okay? People know that. they know that. So what you can do is take the training that all the leadership team gives you and take it seriously. And like Coach Sonic said yesterday, implement it. Because if you don't implement it, you just like a little librarian. You got access to all these books, but you're not getting it done. That's not for everybody. It was some people. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know some people just, if you be posting some trash because you too lazy to get in the messenger and start having real conversations with real people, you know who you are. Even if I don't know you, you know who you are. Your results are going to indicate that, okay? Prospects don't want to fool with people who are hesitating or not really sold out and they just showing up. They're going to follow people who are on fire. I saw Francine go from, Coach, I don't know if this is going to work. My sponsor quit. I ain't making miles going on. To as soon as Francine made over $1,000, Francine whole energy changed. Previously, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, I wouldn't have joined Francine if she sponsored me. But Francine today, I joined Francine in a heartbeat. Okay, you can change. So even if you're one of the people that's like still just timid, really trying to get it figured out, stay plugged in. Implement what you're learning, and people don't even remember Miriam day one. I knew Miriam day one. A lot of y'all don't even remember that. It's a whole different human being. She's a whole different human being. Yeah, no, Francine for real rock star. Yeah, she going Canada. Francine is exactly what Canada needed. I kid you not. Okay. So when you're posting, post with confidence. You're never going to say stuff that's not true, but post with the confidence and lead with the confidence of the person that you're going to be, but that you feel like you already are, with integrity, obviously, because people can tell when you just throwing stuff out there trying to get a sale, man. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. And you won't attract the right people that way. So the whole thing with number 7, your faith frequency, the energy that you move with on a daily basis will attract the right people. All right. Number 8, big business builders and top earners. Listen, we do not negotiate with destiny. We don't negotiate. All right. You have a call on your life, like it or not, accept it or not. Your calling doesn't care about your feelings. What it cares about is discipline and obedience. Okay. The mission that you're supposed to accomplish, even if network marketing is a big piece of that, because it'll give you the financial freedom and take the limitations off so you can go do what you're supposed to be out here in this world doing, your real legacy work. All right. Whatever that is. That mission does not care about your emotions or your feelings or the mood you in or traffic or none of that. It cares about discipline and obedience. Okay. There is you have to do certain things to get free. That is the best way I can explain it. There is a moment in the career of every network marketing leader, top earner, anything like that. There is a moment when you stop asking for permission to win. You stop asking if you're gonna win, and you stop playing smaller than your potential, and you just decide. That's the moment. Now, some of you have had it, some of you haven't had it yet, but you'll know when you have it. You just like, all right, this is what I'm doing. And that's it. And you will never think about quitting ever again. You will never not have your auto ship at 100 CV with either of both companies ever again. You will never miss another event ever again. It's just why? Because you're going to be doing the work to make the commissions to the point where events are not a stress for you ever. You're going to figure at that point, you will build your business and people will feel the difference. You're like, well, I'm saying the same stuff. People joining now. No, duh. Okay, so just understand that you got to decide, commit, or get out the way. It's hard to watch when you play like that. Okay, so the less you think about how you feel, your emotions, and all of this, the less you think about how you feel, the faster you'll get rich. It's discipline and obedience, not obedience to a person. Okay, we're not your parents like that. I mean, figuratively, support team, right? Look, Lori said going to Orlando was life changing. Life change. Some of you would have been one, but you've never been to a boot camp. You've never really invested in yourself live. And we talked about, well, that's another thing. All right. No, we don't have time. It's not on the sheet. I'm sticking the notes tonight. All right. No excuses, just execution. All right. Number 9, I'm doing 10. Number 9. All right. Top earners, big team builders, the people you aspire to be. Look, Jessica said Orange Beach changed her life. That was her first event. She ain't missed one since. Orange Beach changed her life. Orange Beach changed a lot of lives. It was a good time. Okay. But number 9, top earners, top builders, the leaders you aspire to be, do not wait on motivation. They move on mission. It's very mission focused. And that being said, number 9 is build a legacy, not just income. Because when you're moving on with mission, not motivation, like we talked with number 8, it's easy for you to build a legacy and think that way. Build legacy, not just income. Notice I didn't say build legacy, not income. No, build income and a lot of it, but build legacy, not just income. God never gave Abraham a check. He gave him a covenant. He gave him a mission. He gave him a promise. It was no check. Okay, so understand that. A paycheck can bless your weekend, and it will for a lot of you. A legacy will bless your bloodline. And if you're only thinking about rank, you're playing too small. And we see it every day. I'm a diamond. We got diamonds on the call. We love diamond. I'm all about it. If it's something you aspire to do it and get it over with so you can get back to work. I kid you not. If you want to be a diamond, do it, get it over with so you can get back to the real work. because the real work is thinking generationally in how many people can I bless, how many families can I bless, how many people can I help become leaders and generate the income they want to make and get the freedom they want so they can pursue their real life missions. But you have to have done enough work internally to have the correct information and strategy and everything to give them. If you've never done the due diligence and the work on yourself to learn the information and practice it, you don't have nothing to give people. Michelle will say she still feel the vibrations from yesterday. Same. I was in a good mood, 6 hours on the road, good mood the whole way. Wasn't even sleepy. It was awesome. I was on a high from the Atlanta event. Okay. So think generationally. All right. And if your business doesn't build the asset, if you ain't took down another note, take this down, we'll move on to number 10. If your business, I'm gonna say this one twice. If your business doesn't build the asset that outlives you, you're self-employed. You're not a builder. You're not supposed to work your network marketing business forever. As far as recruit heavy work for it, it's not like that forever, but you do need to build a team. Okay. That's why I missed my turn on the 285. It took me 15, 20 minutes to get back I was danged in South Carolina. I was danged by Isaac. I can't stand Atlanta highway. Okay. If your business doesn't build an asset that outlives you, you're self-employed. You're not really a builder in that capacity. You know why? Because you can't hand down hype. You can't hand down hype. You can't duplicate that. You can't hand down hype. You can only pass down systems and culture, residual income engines. Like you put a one in the chat if that makes sense. I don't want to move on and have nobody miss that about how important the duplication part of it is from a legacy standpoint. Okay. Yeah. Because you got to teach your leaders not to be leaders. You got to teach your leaders to teach their leaders. Somebody right on the cusp of greatness needed to hear that last part again. You have to, some of y'all are on the way to becoming leaders. Proud of you. Keep it going. Don't quit. See you in Nashville. Teach your leaders to teach their leaders. That's click. Teach your leaders to teach their leaders. It's one thing for Coach Seymour to do great recognition. It's one thing for Coach Seymour to never miss an event. It's one thing for Coach Seymour to attend meetings and bring guests to the meetings like we did in Dallas. Okay, we had a men's meeting in Dallas. Okay. It's another thing for him to teach his team, this is how you recognize your people who go 100 CV star bonus qualified. This is software you use. This is how you make the post. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. This is how you use the product. And then not just teaching them, you teach people that. If I don't know who is for, I just feel it though. It's for somebody on this call. I just feel it. Somebody is right here on the cusp of greatness. You're right here. You have to teach your leaders to teach their leaders. And that's what you needed from this call. I don't know who that is. Somebody about to be real good this year. That's the only thing that's holding you back. Now, for a lot of people, you just doing stuff that ain't duplicatable. I ain't talking to you. But somebody's a really good leader here. They just needed one little. You got to teach your people to teach their people. That's why you haven't hit the 4th, 5th level of that star grid yet. That's why you ain't hit that 4th, 5th level of that SAT grid yet. That's why the checks have a comma in it some months, but not like they're supposed to every month. And it's that. You got to teach your leaders to teach their leaders. Okay. All right. Number 10, last one. And we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Section 10, we do not guess the outcome. We prophesy it. We do not guess the outcome. We declare it. We do not guess the outcome. We prophesy it. Listen, I am a huge fan and proponent of understanding algorithms, social media algorithm, the payment algorithm, the pay plan algorithm, both companies. We talked about the pay plan yesterday. We did a deep dive on the pay plan and all of that type of stuff, okay? This business is not based on algorithms. The pay plan is based on algorithm. Social media is based on algorithm. This business is not based on algorithm. It's based on anointing. Yeah, I know. Sounds weird. I know. It is quite literally based on a spiritual mental plane that if there was another way to achieve this type of income for you in the same time frame, this, that, or a third, and you get to help a bunch of people, you'd be doing it. Okay? The business is not based on algorithms, it's based on anointing. And anointing is something that happens on the spiritual level. We talked about that for the last 8 classes. Please watch the recordings until you understand it. Watch it once if you're curious, watch it twice if you're serious, all right? Watch it 3 times if you're ready to start teaching it. The anointing takes place on a spiritual level, okay? Spiritual level. It will affect the mental level, which is the stuff you decide that you want to do. And then the physical things you do will just be dripping in the anointing. You can't lose at that point, okay? And if you understand that conceptually, there are other words for it in metaphysics, but Bible folk, we call it anointing. But it's a different metaphysical concept, but it's the same metaphysical concept. We just use words that we're familiar with, okay? So you don't have to guess the outcome. You can prophesy it. Like on this team, we don't cross our fingers. We call things forth. We do not cross our fingers and hope. We don't cross our fingers and go get the crack pipe filled with hopium. We don't do that. We call things forth. You don't ask the mountain to move. You command it to obey. When you start speaking that way, at first it's going to feel weird. You're going to feel like you're lying. You're going to feel like, yeah, the crack pipe with the hopium, T. Them network marketers be on it. And then they get on social media, start posting all kind of crazy stuff. They on that hopium. They on that opium, right? Here's the thing. The highest paid network marketers in the world have one thing in common. Put in the chat if you guess what it is. The highest paid network marketers in the world have, regardless of country or language or company, have one thing in common. Put in the chat, you can see what it is. Let's see. One thing. Close, but nope, not consistency. I wish it was, Jess. Everybody close, but ain't nobody getting it. Everybody, they close. They got duplication sometimes. Sometimes they just get lucky. Nah, they motivated some days they ain't. I'm gonna tell you right now what it is. And you got a lot of people that are really close, okay? The highest paid marketers, top earners in the world at any company have one thing in common, and that is certainty. It's not confidence, because a lot of y'all are confident. They got some confident people. I'm confident. I love our product. Certainty. Certainty takes confidence from here to here. I am certain that I will be a top earner. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you start moving in the level, Richard said big bank account. That's a fact. Certainty. Okay? It's like if someone asks you what you're doing, some people say, I'm trying this thing where I partner up with a global health and wellness company, and I don't even feel comfortable, right? Leaders would be like, listen, I'm using the system to create monthly income without punching the clock or begging friends. Do you want to see how it works before the window closes? I can send you a video. The difference between those, the posture, the energy, it is a different animal, okay? So we'll close the call with this. Speak your team's growth before it shows up, and you can't be speaking it and posting about your team's growth. You can post it too, but speak and post about your team's growth before it even shows up. This next one's big because we close. Listen, this next one's big. Prophesy your leaderboard position, your income, your rank, your team growth in voice notes and reels or video to yourself. Okay? You have permission, biblically, I'll show you, to lie, to get out of danger, or to yourself. When the Bible says, let the weak say I'm strong, that's a lie, but you can lie to yourself. Lying is not one of the 10 commandments. I'm not telling y'all to go out and start lying now. That's not one of the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments says, thou shalt not bear false witness. It means don't be lying on somebody else ain't do something that you know they ain't do and you wasn't there to see it. Do not bear false witness. Never say don't lie. Why? David had to lie and deceive and act like he was drunk, drooling on himself so the king wouldn't kill him. He wrote a whole psalm about that. Okay. Abraham lied and said, hey, man, that's not my wife, that's my sister. So people wouldn't kill him and take her. He had to stay alive to save the day. Okay. And God worked it out. You can lie to yourself all day, not other people. Let the weak say I'm strong is literally a lie to yourself that really will make you stronger. I kid you not. So take your voice notes and make videos to yourself about where you're going to be. I don't care what the new Drake album is. I don't care what the new Kendrick Lamar album is. I don't care what the new Leanne Rimes or Adele album is. What I care about is, what are you hearing from yourself to yourself? If you stay to the end of the call, that is worth its weight in gold. What are you saying to yourself about yourself? You have to program yourself. Man shall not eat by bread alone, by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Faith come by hearing. So that polite recommendation there, okay? But that's what so don't hope it happens. Don't wait to see if it works. Speak it, build it, walk in it. This is a movement, not a maybe. This is your business and you're making it work. I like that. This is a movement, not a maybe. That is how you walk in certainty for your business. All right, that's what we got. Out of here on time. Everybody yesterday was giving me a hard time in Atlanta. Well, your call will be 2.5 hours now. Hey. All right, so thank y'all so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We will knock this out. Tell them, Francine. Tell them, Francine. We will knock this out again on Tuesday. We have Coach Marcus on Monday. I will see you Tuesday. We have the illustrious Coach Sonic Jones out of New York via Snellville, Georgia. On Wednesday, we have Tina and Marcus on Thursday, off on Saturday, and I will see y'all Sunday night. Okay, so good night. God bless. Love y'all so much, and hope that y'all have a wonderful evening. We got some winners on the call tonight. Man, we got a good crew. Oh, Diamond Army back in the building. Good to see you. Yeah, we got the crew. Karen Israel, Karen Nauber, good to see Lillian. Oh, we got Larice on here. We got Marcellus, Matt, God, dog. We got the real G's in here. So proud. And Rick, good to see you as well. Shauna. Walter, I got your message. I hope you saw what I sent you. Hope you got that back, brother. I won't start calling people out. We'll be on here all night. So good night. God bless. And we will see y'all on the next one, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.